Hello, hello. Today, backs. Backs, people have been gardening like mad. Not today because it's raining, sadly, but with all this lovely weather we've had, backs are really suffering. And I think we're probably not doing Pilates. That's made people find a lot harder. I've had emails from people saying, oh, please let's have something to sort out gardening backs. So to start with, if you would like to stop the video and do a couple of roll downs, please do. If you're doing roll downs, then you're going to pull the abs in, they're going to do the work, chin onto your chest, you can bend your knees. You'll find if your back is being painful, you won't be able to touch your toes by any means. So bend your knees, see if you can take a little bit lower, bending the knees. You might want to put your hands onto your tops of your legs as you roll down, just to support you. Otherwise, you can skip that bit and we'll just sit up here and reach forward from here. So all usual things apply with Pilates. Any pain, stop. So we're going to reach up to the ceiling, take a breath in. As you breathe out, you're going to pull your tummy in just like a roll down, standing up, reach forwards. And just reach as far forwards as you can. And without bouncing, hold it. It's really tough. I can feel like my hamstrings because my back's giving me quite a bit of grief at the moment. Overdid the gardening yesterday, woke up in the middle of the night, thought, oh. So having had your letters as well, your emails, I thought, right, we'll sort the backs out. So from here, we will just link the fingers and just do a twist to the right. Be aware of what's happening in your back, pull in with the abs will do the work. Take it to the left, that's good. And once more. So as I take this round to the right, I feel this, and it's in what I call the gardening area of the lower back. It's sort of it's not into the bottom, but it's right into here, into this area here, so it might be the other side for you, might be right across the back. So let's now, I'd like you to start on your tummy. So rolling down or coming over onto your tummy. Oh, I tell you what I haven't got. Oh, yes, I have. If you've got a towel or a sponge, please use it if you'd like it under your forehead. So rolling over onto your tummy and just let your forehead come down onto the sponge or onto the mat with your elbows out wide. And I'd like you just to lift your head and shoulders off the floor and look ahead. So we're not looking to the floor, you're not looking to the ceiling, you're going to look ahead. This is aiming at the lumbar, the lower back, right across this area here. And if that feels too much for you, just relax down a little bit. Pull in with the abs, tighten your glutes, your bottom muscles. If you're feeling comfortable with this, lift up onto your hands, looking ahead. And if you have a back problem and that feels nice, then good, it's doing the right thing. Watch your shoulders are relaxed and down, so you're still pulling the tummy in and tightening the glutes. You're breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then take a breath in, and as you breathe out, slowly bring it back down to the floor. We're going to do 4 more of those, so 5 in total. Breathing in through the nose, and as you breathe out, so some of you might only be able to lift to here, and please, that's fine. Stay with that, relaxing with the shoulders. But if you can lift up onto your hands, do so. You might even be able to walk your hands in a little bit closer to you, so that's going to give a little bit more of a work, lifting you up a little bit more, but make sure your hips are staying into the mat. You don't want the hips to lift off the floor. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, slowly bring the elbows back down and back to the floor. We've got 3 more to do, so breathing in through the nose, toes are pointing away, you're stretching from the hips, through the knees, through the ankles. As you breathe out, lift up either just onto your elbows, or if your back will allow. And this is where some of you say, oh, heaven, it just hits the spot. Let's hope so. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, but obviously if it's not hitting the spot, if it's feeling painful, don't lift so high. Just lift as high as you can. What we're wanting to do, what I'm trying to do here is just loosen through this area. Warm it up. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, lift. Look ahead and then up onto your hands if you feel you can. So really make sure your hips are not lifting off the floor. That will put immense strain through your lower back, which you really don't want to do. We don't want to put strain through it. We want to just release it and stretch it, bring it back down. Take a breath in. This is the last one. Breathing in through the nose. And as you breathe out, lift and up. Shoulders relax, pulling in with the abs. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, lower down. Okay, from here, come up onto your hands and knees. You might like to just sit back into a stretch, just stretch that out. So just put sitting back as much as you can. Actually, I'm going to take my knees a bit wider. Find I can get a little bit lower down with my knees wider. It's just because it depends on your knees, but I can't bend my knees brilliantly. Now come up onto your hands and knees with your wrists under your shoulders. Sorry, I so need my hair cutting. Wrists under the shoulders, knees under hips, and push your spine up to the ceiling. So again, this is a bit of a telltale sign on how your back's feeling, pushing up and then dropping down. Look ahead. The dropping down might be easier, or the pushing up might be easier. Pull the abs in as you push up. So this again is an indication of how your back is. If it feels painful to push up, but it's a release to drop down, then you're good on the extending, but the flexing is going to be the problem for you through the spine. So we'll do one more, pushing up. Be aware of how this is feeling. Pulling your tummy in, keeping the shoulders down and relaxed, and then drop down. And now at this stage, just let your shoulders slide down towards your waist. That's good. Now just sit back into that stretch again. So if you need to take your knees wider, then do. If you want to just keep your knees together, that's fine. Just try to sit back as far as you can. And now here's an exercise that I absolutely love for this part of the back, for this lower part of the back that I showed you earlier. So I'm going to get rid of the sponge. I'm just going to have my hands onto my forehead onto my hands and bend the right knee, toes flexed. And I'd like you just keeping the forehead onto the hands, push the foot up to the ceiling and hold this. You should feel this. I'm trying to point to the area right into that, deep into that muscle, into your sort of lower back, but even lower into your glutes, your psoas, P-S-O-A-S. And bring it down. You're going to do 4 to the right. Breathe out, keep the hips into the mat, try not to let them roll. Hips are staying firmly into the mat. And you've got the toes flexed, so you've got literally the sole of the foot pushing up to the ceiling. And bring it back down. 2 more of these. Breathe out, push up, hold. Breathe in to lower down. 1 more. Use your glutes, use your abs. They're the things that will support your back. And bring the knee to the floor and change sides. So we're going to keep the hip into the mat. Just lift the thigh off the floor and push the sole of the foot up, ceiling, breathing out and breathe in to lower down. 3 more, pushing up, hold this position. And 2 more. What we're trying to do is release and stretch that muscle that I call the gardening area of your back. It's when you've been gardening a lot, that's a really common area to get. But it's not that everybody will have that problem there. It might be elsewhere. Okay, now just bring the hands down by your sides. We did this one yesterday. This is where it's quite nice to have the sponge actually under your forehead or a mat or a towel. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, just lift the chest. You're lengthening through the neck and you're sliding. You're almost trying to retract the shoulders back and down. Holding here and then relax back down. Take a breath in. This is going to work slightly higher up the back. Breathing out, just lengthening, looking to the floor, lengthening through the neck. 2 more. Take a breath in. Relax the shoulders, and as you breathe out, lift the shoulders, let them retract back. Breathe in and hold. And breathe out to lower down, and 1 more. Breathe in to prepare. Breathe out, lift and lengthen. And relax down. Sit back into that stretch. So hips back, hands forward. Stretch it out. Sit into it. Excellent. Okay. Now back up onto your hands and knees. And we're going to go with the same thing, but this with the hands on wrists under shoulders. But this time, so we're still working into this area. And if you find this is too much on your hands and knees, come back down onto your tummy and do exactly the same thing as we just did a moment ago. Excuse me, sorry. So lift your foot up towards the ceiling. And now just keeping the hips as level as you can, push that foot up and hold. You're pushing up through the heel of your hands, pulling in with the abs, tightening the glutes. Now, that's absolutely hitting the spot that where I have the problem. I'm going to bend that knee down and change sides. Lift up. And push, keep the hips level, push that foot up to the ceiling, keep glutes working, abs working, pushing up through the heel of your hands and down, change sides. Lift, hold, and then push as high as you can, really pushing up through. You've got the support of the left leg and you're pushing that right foot up to the ceiling and down. And lift, push up, push up, push up. And bring it down. Right, from here, normally in a class, I would turn my back to you, my bottom to you, but I don't particularly want you seeing my bottom, I don't think. So what I'm going to do, I want you just flick your hips, one flick, and you're going to look from one side to the other. You could even lift your foot up and lift your foot up. So what you're trying to do is, it's a bit like you're wagging your tail. Think of a dog wagging its tail side to side, and as you flick, you're going to look to the foot. And I'm finding that quite difficult because I'm quite tight through my lower back from the gardening. So flick and flick. So you're just looking from side to side to see the foot that you're lifting up, and flick. And now back down, sit back down into a stretch. Well, that's good. And come up onto your hands and knees. And just to finish this one, we're just going to push the spine back up to the ceiling and drop the tummy to the floor and look ahead. Okay, and now from here, just coming back up to sitting. And we're going to do a little cool down, but I'd like just to show you these. I meant to look actually before I did this morning. They're wheat bags, and you put them in the microwave. Probably some of you have used them lots and you know all about them, but if you haven't, I really recommend. You can get them from Boots. I wondered if you could get them from Amazon, very possibly, and I think they're just called, I'm just going to put my glasses on, I think they're probably just called wheat bags, and they are, doesn't say what they're called, but anyway, look on Amazon, wheat bags. You pop them in the microwave for 2 minutes and pop them on the area that's painful. And they're heaven. And I sleep with one. If my back's really bad, I'll just lie on my tummy and put it on my tummy or wherever I need it. But it's put the bag on my back, not on my tummy. They're really, really so good. They just relax the muscles, and I feel they get them back into place. Let's just do a little cool down. So sitting up, just pull the abs in, just roll down a little way, pulling the tummy in just to get those abs having a go. Take a breath in and breathe out to lift up. Just one more of these. Taking a breath in, breathe out, drop down. And now lift up. Take the feet out, straight out. Reach up, see, I'm just going to do that stretch again when you're reaching forward. See if you can go a little bit further. Oh my gosh, I can get way further forwards this time. Try not to bounce, just hold it there. That's tap on the hamstrings. But I couldn't even touch my toes when I started this morning because my back was so bad. Okay, and come up to sitting. Just take your right leg across and ease down. And take that out. And now the left leg across and ease down. And now we'll just take the right leg out to the side, reach over, stretch, and bring it to the center, back to the center, and we change sides. So take the left leg out to the side and reach. Brilliant, well done. And thank you so much. Have a great day today, and I'll see you again soon. Bye. Thank you very much for watching.